Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm about ready to depart Philadelphia and head to the workshop.
Please drive safely.
I will, and thank you. The goal today is to take a much closer look at the way the electric lights were installed and wired. Now, they are old Christmas tree lights, which would have been available to the builder of the house in the mid-1920s. And it's all, as you can see, wired in between the floors and up underneath the crawl space and spliced together, and it's going to be a challenge because I don't see any easy way to get in there and do the rewiring without any major disturbance of the house. So we'll explore that together. Yes, there'll be more antique hauls and antique shopping. It's all on one channel. History, antiques, thrifting. I hope you come here for all of it, but if you're only interested in the thrifting videos, that's fine. Just tune into them. That's okay with me. And we're going to keep it all on this one channel. Okay, now I've got good news and bad news. The more I have been studying this thing, it's unbelievable how this thing is engineered and built. But the rewiring of it is going to be something else. Take a look under here. The line cord comes out, there's two holes over here on this side of the house. Don't worry about that. But we've got all these separate lines. This one apparently is independent and goes to the way up under there to the fireplace. Okay. And then apparently this would have been available somehow hanging out of the side for the child to pull the chain, and then on the circuit different things would light up. Now we've got this floor lamp sticking up here. We've got another floor lamp over there. And they're all spliced together under here. I know it's dark. Let me turn my flash on. All right, that's better. And way up in the front is the fireplace, which has a red light bulb in it. And then, as I said, we have two floor lamps. And then, I don't know if you're going to be able to see part of the mouse nest way back in there. There's the rest of the nest. We might be able to find a date on a newspaper if I go dig that nest out of there. Yeah, I'll wash my hands. Don't worry. I'm not going to get mouse poop disease. Okay. Then he comes up through the floor, and to get up to the second floor, he takes the wiring up underneath and through the staircase. So the wiring now is traveling up through the staircase, and it must enter through a hole in the wall here to light the downstairs hallway. And then I'm assuming once I get this off, we'll see wiring in between the floors. And then the wiring goes over and it illuminates the dining room, and it travels farther to illuminate the kitchen. I've cleaned the kitchen floor a little bit, but boy, I'll tell you, the mice really, that's where they had their party, in there. They pooped and peed that floor up something else. Then out of the ceiling, then the kitchen light comes out of the wall here on the side of the house, travels up and enters through the attic. Okay, and then it lights this bedroom, and then it lights up the bathroom, and then it travels into the hallway, and then it travels into the final bedroom. So, I am dying to find out what we have. I've taken the two supports off here, and now look at all of these little screws. I'm going to take all these screws out and see if we have wiring behind this plate. But what you can't, oops, wait a minute. Because the floor was so dirty, I couldn't even see that all of the panels of the floor are cut in place and placed in place with screws. So this whole thing, it just is engineered beautifully. And whether I'm going to start tearing these floors up or not, I hope I really don't have to do that to get to the wiring. But let's see what's behind this. All right, screws are removed. Let's see what we're going to get here. That one wouldn't come out. I mean, it's totally loosened, but come on now. Here we go. Oh, rats. Drat. Oh my goodness, this is not what I wanted. Okay. This thing is built like a real house. Okay, so in order to access ceiling wiring, yeah, we can't, there's no crawl space here to go, there's the space in between the floors, we can't get this off. That's staying right where it is. The only way to get in there is to unscrew these floor panels. And I don't know if I'm going to be disturbing. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, let's think about this for a hot minute here. Wow. This old dollhouse. By the way, how do you like the vintage folding chair that I'm sitting in? Okay. Here's what I know. This menagerie has got to come out of here. I feel as though, well, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, I have continued to darken up the staircase. As you'll notice, it's much darker than yesterday. It's looking a lot more like the old-fashioned mahogany look that they were going for on the staircase, so it's really blending in well. It's darkening up very nicely, just like I wanted it to. Okay, we know that we have no open space between the floors here. This is solid wood. We can't get into any wiring there. The ceiling, as I've already said, the wires come out here. They go up and across. This is solid. We can't get in here. We can't take the ceiling down. We've got all this crown molding, and there's no place to remove the ceiling. The only way to get into the electric lights on the second floor is through the roof. I am not taking this roof off. Excuse me. He has sealed it in place. I don't know what he's used here, but somehow he has sealed these joints. There are little screws under there, which a couple of them are popping out in order to be seen. But there's no way I'm going to remove this roof and disturb any of this. It would just really mess it up. The issue with the flooring, to get to the downstairs lighting, if I go and disturb I love the way these old screws they haven't been touched. If I go and start removing all of these screws, I then have to remove the molding along the floor, because the floors were put on first and then the molding was put on. See? So I'd have to rip out the molding, the baseboard, to get these floors out, to get to the wiring underneath. I'm simply not going to do that. You know, the minute you start pulling things apart, it's just something that is too invasive, and I don't want to do that. So what are my options? Instead of having everything all, coming together in this horrible Frankenstein-looking disaster waiting to happen, I'm going to wire the fireplace and the two living room lamps. I can get under and wire all three of these together. The living room lamps and the fireplace. I can do that. All right, let's go. I'll tell you what, the things I do. If I get a face full of mouse poop in a minute here, you might hear a few expletives. I'll try to keep them G-rated. My expletives are almost always G-rated. Once in a while, you know, something slips out. Oh, come on. Okay. This is not easy sitting on the floor working like this, but we'll see what we get. Ooh. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this. You can't see it. Wait a minute. What is this? Is this a piece of... Well, there's the back to a kitchen chair. Somebody got mad and threw the kitchen chair in the fireplace. So we had white kitchen chairs. I wasn't expecting to find that. All right, there's something else rattling in here. Good grief. Hold on for a second. Let me fix the camera. Hold on. Let me get it down here. Okay, now we can see what's in here. I wasn't expecting to find the kitchen chair. Now, what is this? I know I'm looking at it. You can't see it. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but that was in the fireplace as well. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll find one of those $1 million stamps, you know, when the airplane is upside down. Okay, there are light bulbs in here. Why are there two? How fascinating. All right, he's got one red light bulb. There's a quarter in there. Somebody dropped a quarter. Here's one red light bulb, which would give the burning of the fireplace red. We'll pull that out. That's an old Mazda bulb. That's an old period bulb right there. All right, there's a quarter. Let's see, I'm sure that's not that old. That says 19... I think it says 1970. I know you. It's from the 70s. 1971. Pooh. Wouldn't it have been great if it had been from the 20s? Okay, we've got another light bulb. We've got a beautiful old. Okay, a beautiful old pyramid 1930s light bulb, 20s and 30s. There's an original bulb. You know, I wonder, as I wander, la-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, there's something else in there. Oh, there's the top of an acorn. Okay, so the mice, yep. The mice, you had to look at last autumn's video to see all the acorns that the little mice brought in and snacked on all winter long. Is there anything else in there? There is a piece of tree, a stick. That's not from the staircase. That's something the mice brought in. And what is this? These are leaves. Okay. So we've got an old tin can, which the builder has fashioned here into the firebox for underneath the floor. And he had two light bulbs in there. My guess is that the blue bulb was here and has fallen out. So it's interesting that there was a light bulb that went sideways. I don't know if I can get that all the way screwed back in yet. It's possible that this light bulb was in here and the red bulb was in here to give a you know, that bluish reddish color to the fire. How ingenious, because a fire does sometimes look bluish and reddish. I think that's the explanation. I wonder if the mice unscrewed that. Can you, this is just, okay. But oh my word, the kitchen chair, that is hilarious. All right. We've got an Old Eagle brand. Look at this old, this is just fantastic. This all has to, now I understand why we've got these two separate wires. Okay, I'm going to have to rebuild this completely. Ooh, let me go wash my hands. Oh, this is so exciting. All right, the good news, besides being able to now identify what was originally in the kitchen, and we're going to be able to find that, I was talking with my old college roommate who recognizes that as a show and hut chair. And so, okay, everybody, let's go find a white show and hut kitchen set. That's what we've got to put back in this house. The good news here is, as I was able to determine, this is not going to be so bad. We have 3 wires that are coming out of the living room, and they're all independent from the overhead lights in the house. This illuminated our fireplace, and these 2 green cords illuminated the 2 floor lamps in the living room. This floor lamp is completely gone. But we've got one original back here, which needs to be restored, and this is how I'm going to be able to duplicate the best I can another floor lamp for here. So this is all going to be restored, and I'm going to wire the fireplace and the 2 living room lamps separate from the rest of the house. That's good news. Let's take a closer look at the construction of the floor lamps. Remember, this one was completely missing. This is the one that I just removed from that far corner next to the fireplace. And if we pull it out, we'll see that this is, other than the socket, which is just an old Christmas light socket, it's completely handmade. He has taken a piece of tin and fashioned the pole for the lamp himself. The base of it is some type of a rubber cork. I don't know, we can see here 3/4 written on the side of the top of it. 3/4 with a hole in the middle. What was this used for? Anyway, it's some type of a rubber cork, I guess. I don't know that I'm going to be able to find another one. I certainly am not going to be able to duplicate the floor lamp exactly. I can only do the best I can with the materials that I have. And then it's a little uncertain as to what he used here. Don't tell me he's even put little bun feet on the bottom of the floor lamp. Just the way, look at that. Do you see this? So that it sits off the floor. Just ingenious. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot of fun. Well, that's the little socket that held the blue light bulb under the fireplace. And I'm gonna use it. But this is the old cotton that was wrapped around these wires. Now it's rotten cotton, and it'll just come right off of there. But even though this won't be seen, you know, we could put all new sockets and all new everything. You'll never see this underneath that fireplace. So why bother? Well, because I'm bothering. Because I want to keep all of this, as I said, as true to the original as possible. And it will be perfectly safe. You know, this isn't the kind of thing that you're going to light up and then go Christmas caroling and let it sit for hours. This may only be lit up for, oh, who knows. Okay, this will be okay. I think we're going to be able to use that just fine. Yeah. Now, in haste, I left my wire insulator strippers in Philadelphia. Very foolish of me to do that. But waking up early in the morning and anxious to get to the workshop, I left Philly without them. And I don't have another set here. Now, this is the way you get this silk off of the new reproduction cords. You just kind of scrape away at it, get it frayed. Like that. It'll just pick right off of there. And then now we've exposed, okay, so this is the reproduction cord. You know, you've seen me rewire lamps. Okay, got to get the insulation off of this. And I think we're going to have a roaring fire in a little bit. I think we are. Look out, Santa Claus. Now we're going to get in here. This one looks pretty clean. But let's just... it's unplugged. I think, yes, it's unplugged. Ooh, doesn't matter. I've already shaved my head. We just want to scrape any oxidation off of that brass. Down inside there, that's what I'm doing. You see that? We want that nice and clean. This one as well. I'll just get in there and scrape that off. Okay, that's good. Because this one, the light bulb had fallen out, and so this has a lot of oxidation in it. Okay, what I've done, this was the socket for our, now, I forgot to do this one. Okay, this one, this is the adapter, and this is not new, this is old. They had these in the 20s and 30s. See, that light bulb would be too big under the fireplace. That would set the dollhouse on fire. So we have this porcelain adapter. Which goes in there, and that allows us to use a small light bulb. Christmas tree size. And that's, where is it? Oh, it's over somewhere else. It's not these over here. Although like that, we could have, I don't want a green fireplace. Okay. And then this one, I spliced in a new cord, which won't be seen, which is the reason why I didn't use the reproduction. And we'll stick the light bulb in there. And this is all going to be what, and I put this old plug on, this awful old plug on there. I know, you're saying, ah! This is going to be fantastic. Okay, let's go hook it up to the firebox. Okay, now let's have a chat. Now I know some of you are going to have a fit, and you're already screaming at me. Well, let me talk to you about what I've done. Dismantled the whole thing. Okay, cleaned it. I sprayed a nice old coat of lacquer all over the can and the wood just to seal it. We don't have to worry about any funny smell or any mouse pee or anything. I put some things on. Put some. What did I put on it? Ammonia, bleach. I did something, and then I sprayed it. It's all sealed. What I've done now is I've put this original Bakelite socket back in. This socket right here that took the little Christmas bulb, this socket was bad. And that bulb is burnt out anyway. Doesn't matter, I've got replacements. So I did not put a little socket in for the small Christmas bulb like that. But I did put in an old Christmas tree socket, which is right here, for the blue. That's all wired in there, as you can see. So both lights are wired together. This is that old-fashioned cloth electrical tape. Remember when we used this? I can remember 35 years ago my father having rolls of this old sticky old cloth tape. So we don't use that anymore. I've got the, whatever this is, vinyl, the new vinyl electrical tape, which is so much better. It's all back in there. I even used his little spring to mount the light bulb. And any place where, just as a safety precaution, here we have the wires. I will anchor the wire inside of the house. Don't worry about that. But I put electrical tape here around the can just in case, although this insulation will never come off of this wire. And I'm ready to plug it in. I have not plugged it in yet. I did make sure it's polarized correctly, so we've got the hot and the hot, and the brass and the brass, and the silver and the silver. So we ought to be good. I know that looks horrible. Don't freak out over that. I'm only temporarily using this plug. I'll put something better on there, but I have this old-fashioned plug to use. So I'm going to let that sit right there in front of the camera. This is brand new reproduction cord. I'm going over here. Now this is going to be very exciting, I hope. If you hear me scream, it's because I've electrocuted myself. Alright, is it action camera? I should turn, you're not even going to be able to tell if they light up or not because there's so much sunlight. Okay, ready? I'm going to plug this bad boy in.
Oh dear.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 2.5, 3. We got it! We got it! Woo! Yes. Okay, happy day. Look at that. I just did a little jog around the garage. Look at that. We've got the red light and the blue light. We're ready to put this in. We're going to have a fire tonight. Oh, this is exciting.
In the gloaming by the fireside, with you I'll be content. In the gloaming by the fireside, every hour will be well spent. We'll see our hopes and dreams, dear, like pictures in the fire, finding in its gleam still our heart's desire. In an armchair by the fireside, just big enough for two, we'll be happy, oh so happy, while we do as lovers do, with no one there to notice a little kiss or two, in the gloaming by the fireside with you.
thanks for watching, everyone. I'm really happy with the way the blue and red lights appear underneath the fireplace. I did notice when I was looking at the video, they didn't look quite as bright as they do in person. You'll just have to trust me that in person, the light is brighter and it really looks fantastic in the room. How clever was he to add both a blue and red light bulb to give a much more realistic appearance to that fire? Now, I know my wiring looked a little scary. It's new wiring and it is completely safe. I didn't really get around to the front porch today because I've just got too many other things to do. I'm not really sure when I'll be afforded enough time to go back and do some additional work on the house, but we have gotten started and I think it's a pretty good start. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all of your comments and your encouragement as I continue to restore this old dollhouse. Now let's go get some air conditioning and a big iced tea. Ooh, so long for now. Wait for the cat.